Hi everyone, it's me, Darlene. We are back with the Cheaters Sampler Quilt. I'm going to be finishing this in this episode. So excited. Well, that's the plan. I want to put this block together tonight, and then tomorrow or tonight put all the other pieces together, the big pieces together, and then take pictures of it on the bed, show you guys. Super cool. All right, I'm working on this. Oh, if you don't know about this series, the playlist link is down below. You can go check it out. You can also print this. There's a link down below for that too. I designed it myself. Super cool. I had fun doing that. All right, we're doing this block tonight, and I know we're in a different position here. I moved the camera. TUZAABBCC. And this is what I fussy cut. I'm getting much better at fussy cutting. You know, it's fun. And like I said, I try to make it so that it's centered. You know, I don't want to be like cutting in the middle of a strip of flowers if at all possible. If I have to, then I want it to be the same on the other end. So, you know, like I said, you can use whatever fabrics you want, and this would be very easy. It's time consuming for me because I decided to go with fabrics that have to be fussy cut. But I think it's going to be worth it. And this quilt top will be on eBay when I'm done. So, hey, this is the last episode. So it's going to be on eBay at the time that you're watching this. The link for that penny auction will be down below. Penny auction starts at a penny. Free shipping for USA. Outside of the USA pays the shipping. All right, I'm going to just get started putting this together. I'm going to put like these two together first, then connect those to this, all with the sashing in between. I cut a few more strips. I haven't even used 6 strips of sashing yet, but I cut 6 more, so 12 total, 2.5-inch strips, and we'll see, you know, how much more I need because we're going to have a border around the outside of the whole thing. All right, so sashing between everything, putting these two together, then I can connect to here. Then I can connect this to this, connect this to this, and then connect this to that. Let's go. I am done my block sections. I ended up doing this as one, this as one, this as one, then this little guy, and then this. So I broke this up into 5 different blocks. Now, I was going to wait until tomorrow to start putting them together, but I think I need to start doing this right now because I'm going to be very busy tomorrow and it takes time to do the pictures on the bed and all that stuff. So I'm going to start putting it together. I guess I could put this block. Well, wait a minute. I have this out right now, so let me grab this guy. Okay, so this is this, and then here is that. This section goes against this one. I didn't realize I have pink here and pink here. It was to the point it was just hard to even know because I laid things out on my table, but my table's not that big. But that's okay. At least it's going in the opposite direction, vertical, horizontal. Okay, I'm going to put sashing between these two pieces. You know, if I wanted to, I could always turn this way. I could, couldn't I? I kind of like it that way, with this next to this, but I hate to go, you know, outside of this. But I do like it the other way better. Oh, why do I have to have these things to think about? Why? I'm sticking with the plan. I have to get over the fact that there's something that matches close by. That's all there is to it. All right, sashing right there. I can't bring myself to do it. I can't have this next to this. I just can't. So I am going to turn it, and I tried a few different ways. Now, I brought the fabrics, you know, the blocks back that are going to be butting up against this. I know you can't see them, but I can, because I just wanted to see if turning, you know, would make something else match. So one choice is to turn this guy this way. But I have this brown and this brown very close together. They're from the same fabric. They're different size stripes, but I think I really like it best this way. I really, really like it. Nothing is touching that I can see. So I'm going with this. And the lesson we're learning here is you have the right to make changes as you go. And that's what I'm doing. Sashing. I should not be sewing because I'm tired now. This piece ended up being taller than this piece. So I shifted it, but I didn't pay attention. I should have shifted it in the other way because now I had to trim on this side. I would have rather had to trim on this side because now I lost some of these little wreath things and they're going to get lost even more in the seam allowance. So that's sad. I thought I had a good fix, but now I'm sadder about that. Jeez, I almost feel like picking this out and replacing that with another strip because it just bugs me. And this isn't even for me. I'm not keeping this, but it bugs me. So I have to stop and think. I'm going to take it out. Here's how I'm justifying going through this work because I want to show you how easy it is to replace a block. Even if it's not on the edge like this, you can pick out a piece and put it back in. It's not that hard to do, but let's do this. So I'm just going to pick out just about maybe a half an inch to an inch beyond this. So I'm going to pick all these stitches and then I'm going to pick these stitches to about halfway, you know, about a half inch beyond. Let me do that. I'll be right back. All right. I got smart and I zoomed in a little bit so you can see what I'm doing better. Okay, so this was here, all sewn in, and I just picked it. Had to pick this part first because that was sewn last, and then there. And I don't need this other than to just measure it, and I just want to make cut something this size. I'll press it open to make that easier. Now, so I guess I have to do that, but I just wanted to show you that. When I sew the next piece, I'm going to sew with this side facing me at the machine, and then we sew just on the inside of that dotted line where all the holes are so that when we press it open, we're not seeing those holes. The holes will be caught in the seam allowance. So let me cut a piece. Oh yeah, so here, you can see that I stitched I picked the stitches about this far down, and that's going to make it super easy to put this whole block back together. So let me find what I want to replace this with. Okay, I really should not be sewing or cutting or thinking. I am tired. But here's what I'm doing. I'm putting this here, but it looks weird. It's bigger than it needs to be because I want to trim after the fact. And it's going to be just this part showing when I'm done. This is going to mostly get trimmed off, and what's left will be in the seam allowance of when I put sashing there. So I'm okay with that. And then this little, strip of like aqua color, that's going to get caught in the seam allowance there. So here's what I'm going to do. First, I'm adding this to this. So it's not hard to do. I might want to pick out just a few more stitches here to really give me some room. Oh, is my mother ready to go to bed? I think she is. TV went off. I gotta go help her. Hang on. So this piece, I'm just going to make sure it's completely opened. That's why we need to pick down lower than, than what we would think, because I have to attach this now to that. So I'm lining it up here, and I'm going to let the excess just stick out, because then I can trim it to exactly what I need. So I'm just going to go to the machine, and I'll actually have it this way And I'm just going to sew down here. So I'm sewing this part. This came out exactly the way I wanted. That aqua line is gone, hidden in the seam allowance. We still have this going on. Some of that will be trimmed, and what's left will get caught in the seam allowance when I add the sashing here. So now what I'm doing is, you can see I sewed all the way across. Now we're just going to do this. We're going to fold this, and I'm going to go to the machine, and it's like a partial seam. So I'm just going to start like maybe up here, and then I will just sew down and attach it. This came out great. All I have to do is trim it. And I was careful to sew with my needle just to the left of the line that I had sewn before, so none of those holes show. I found this. This must have came from the stuff I got from my aunt. It was in a box, and I was like, cool. So I like that. It gives me something little to use to trim things. And then here, I can just scissor cut that, be quicker. And like I said, that little bit of green on the top, that will go away. Look, I replaced it. It's so cool. It's fun to do stuff like that. I wish I could show you. I don't know how to move this way. And you would never know that I hadn't planned it that way. So a couple mistakes on this. I switched a block around because I didn't like too matchy-matchy. See, now that pink is quite far away from here. I like that much better. Should I continue or should I stop? I feel like I should stop. But all I have to do at this point for this piece is add sashing here. Let me back you up some more. I really should quit. But boy, would I like to go to bed with a lot of this already done. I just need to clean up my area here. I can't think if it's cluttered. I'm going to go ahead and put the sashing on here. Will one strip be long enough? Plenty long enough. All right, this I can handle. I got that done. And now you can see that that piece that I added, there's none of the edges showing. Just like I planned it. It's kind of a plain little piece compared to everything else going on, but that's okay. Oh my God. Oh. Now, I've got this whole bottom section done, including the sashing here. So now I can put this big piece to this big piece with sashing. Let me do that. So this is this block and this block right here. This was the very first block I made up here. So that's attached. So now what goes here is this guy, which is, where the heck is it? Oh, over there. Like that. I'm on a roll. I'm going to go ahead and connect. All I have left to do is to put this whole big top piece onto this bottom piece. And I keep getting confused because I turned this whole block. And I'm like, it's not matching my grid. What did I do wrong? And then I have to remember that I turned it. So I already have the sashing on. So I just need to flip this over this and sew. I cannot believe that this is almost done. I just need the border. I don't really want to show it to you because I want to show it to you on the bed when it's all done. It is very colorful. I really like it very much. I mean, oh my God. Would I ever make this again with fussy cutting the blocks? No. But I would absolutely love to make this one again with fabric that I can just cut and have fun doing that. So, you know, I might revisit this one again. But all right, I'm going to stop for tonight. I'm going to edit this that I've done so far, and then I'm crashing. And then tomorrow we will have border. We'll put border around it, and then it's picture taking time. So I'll be back tomorrow. It is tomorrow. All I have left to do is to add the border around the entire quilt top, and I am going to do that now. So I'm going to start by adding the borders on the sides, and I just sew 2 strips together, just regular straight stitch. I don't do, well, I should say just like across. I don't do the diagonal thing. And I might work it so that the seam matches up with one of the seams. Again, if you don't want to do that, don't worry about it. Just sew and let the seam be wherever it is. But if you match it up to one of the seams, then, you know, it just looks like it kind of belongs there. All right, I'm going to add to both sides. I have the border on the 2 sides. It's amazing how much nicer it makes it look. I mean, it just finishes that. Now I have to do the top and bottom, and I'll need to cut 1 more strip because I only have 1 strip that is full width of the fabric. So let me cut that and finish it, and then I'll show it to you on the bed. You guys, this is the first time I see it like this. It's adorable. I love it. It is smaller than I thought. It looks much bigger on the paper. Looking at my paper, I believe it was supposed to be a 40-inch wide by 55, and I'm coming in at about 39 inches wide by 53.5 inches long. So I do, you know, still have a little bit of a generous 1/4 inch allowance, seam allowance, but that's pretty good. Some things I want to mention is when I was sewing and joining my blocks, you know, they were not matching up perfectly. I just put them together and then I would trim. And I did try to pay attention, like, should I shift in one direction or another, so not to have that happen with that strip where I shifted the wrong way and then I had to cut the strip that had the little wreaths. So that went good. I also want to mention that I'm using all natural bleached muslin, and muslin itself is known for, like, what people call flaws. I call it adding character. I actually like that about muslin. That's why I love muslin so much. I prefer unbleached. But there are parts, let me see if I can find a part. Like this. It's famous for little, like, knots like that and little bunched up threads. There's probably a few more in here. And I just want everybody to know that because this is going on eBay. Oh, but look at how colorful it is and how pretty. Oh my goodness, I just love it. I really do. So as a reminder, this is on eBay right now for a penny. If you're watching in the future, then this auction is over. And what else did I want to say? Oh, I did a very good job on the back. I don't think I have any flipped seams. Not that that really matters, but I'm just trying to, you know, pay more attention. I know I had done something with a flipped seam and I ended up taking the whole strip out just to fix that. And no, I took just a little bit of stitches out to fix that. And then I sewed again, but then I remembered that I didn't put any sashing. I think that's what the problem was. So, all right, I guess this is it. There will be a new sampler quilt starting next weekend. I don't know at all what we're going to do. I haven't figured that out. I have some quilts designed, but they're not like sampler quilt style. But that's it, so I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you so much for watching. Please go check out the penny auction. I'll be back with more soon. Bye!